Hello everyone, so in this video, let's talk about one more problem from Lead Code. The problem name is shopping offers. So let's start. In Lead Code store, there are n items to sell. Each item has a price. However, there are some special offers, and a special offer consists of one or more different kind of items with a sale price. Fair enough. So in simple terms, you have some items that a store wants to sell that has n items, and all of them has some selling price, and there are some offers, special offers that are available in the store. Let's see what is given to you. You are given an integer array price where price of I is the price of the ith item. So you are given, let's say it has two items in the store. So these are the two prices of the items that it has. Let's say 2 rupees and 5 rupees. And an integer array needs, where needs of I is the number of price, like number of pieces of the ith item you want to buy. So let's say you want to buy 3 pieces of the item 1 and 2 pieces of item 2. Okay, and the price of item 1 and item 2 is also given. So you are given these type of stuffs, but they're also given an array that is special, and this special array is such that you are given some you can say special offers that are happening inside the store. The order is that it is of size n plus 1. It is of size n. So let's say whatever number of uh, let's say like you can say uh, items are there, it has items plus 1. Okay, then you are given in such a way that special of ij is the number of pieces of the jth item in the ith offer. So let's say in the ith offer, there's few offers that are given to you like this. In the ith offer, you are given that if you want to buy 3 pieces of item 1 and 0 pieces of item 2, it will cost you 5 rupees. Okay, in the combination, if you want to buy it combination, let's say if I want to buy it exclusively, like independently, let's say I want to buy 3 pieces of item 1, how it will cost? 3 pieces of item 1, item 1 cost you 2 rupees, so it will cost you total of 6 rupees. Plus if you want to buy 0 items of item 2, it is 0 only, so the total comes out to be 6. So which means that if you want to buy this combination 3 comma 0 individually, it will cost you, let's say 6 rupees, but in this offer it will cost you only 5 rupees. I hope you understand. So that is the overall thing, that now you have some special offers that you can also avail to buy these items, such that you want to buy whatever is your needs. Your need is 3 comma 2. Now you want to buy either from the prices itself or from the offers, whatever you want, given that you want to now minimize the cost of buying all your needed items. Okay, that's a complete problem that you have. Now how can you solve this problem out? First of all, also look at the constraints as well. So what you can see is the constraints are pretty much small, very small. It sees that n equal to 6, that you can have, like you can have a maximum of 6 items in the store, and the prices and the length of these offers are also very small only, so nothing much bigger. So what you can see here is, because it's very small, you can always think of it in a very brute force way. The brute force way is that, let's say I have the needs, and you can also use the same offer multiple times. I think so that can also be given somewhere here. You can use any number of special offers any number of times, which means that you can use the same offer multiple times if you have the needs required as well. So what's the thing that comes to your mind is that for every need, let's say I am on a certain need level that I have 3 comma 2. Now from this need level, I can either use a offer at this particular state. So let's say I have some need, let's say need array, let's say it has a1, or I have some need array, it has a1 like that. Okay, now either from this state you can buy, let's say whatever number of items you have, let's say from that state, either you can buy all the items individually, okay, from the particular prices, or you can use an offer. You can use an offer, or you can buy from the price itself. Okay, then let's say if you use an offer, again you have two options. You can either use an offer or you can buy it from the price, whatever it is left. Okay, if you buy it from the price, which means that now you cannot use any offer, because if you want to use an offer, you can use an offer. But if you're not able to use any offer, let's say the offer is too large, or it is getting more expensive, or any other case, because you have two options, then you can use a price. Okay, you can directly use a price, or you can use any of the offers. You have few number of offers also. you can do a for loop over the offers and check which offer is valid for you, and then just check upon that. And whichever is the minimum, either you can use the prices or you can use the offer, whichever is the minimum cost that you incur. I hope you understand. So whenever you form some sort of a tree that you're building, you can use recursion over that, and you can, if because the constraints are small also, you can use memoization on. So pretty much simple. Just try to like visualize this overall thing. So it's now pretty much simple that from a state you will go to two options. Either you can buy it from all the prices, or you can check any offer. And from offer you can again do two things. From price you cannot. From offer you can again do that. I can either use the same offer, like again use some another offer, or again buy all the things with price. Okay. Okay, so that's the only thing. So let's move on to the code part now. That nothing much complicated itself. So let's see what's the actual code here. What we have done. So let's talk about first without memoization, just pure thing. I'll just the memoization. So memoization just can be added using just two lines. So what we have done is that you have either to buy with all prices. If you want to buy it for all the prices, you have the needs array. Okay, so what's the complete price you will pay? So this is the answer. You want to minimize this answer of the particular state. Let's say the number of needs that we have. Okay, the needs array. So if you have any needs array, you have the price array. That is the price of every element. So the complete answer is the ith price and ith need, multiply with all of them, and then you will get the price when you just buy it from the price array. You don't avail any offer. That is one thing. The other thing is that if you avail any offer, if you want to avail any offer, so you have to ensure that all the needs should be, let's say, greater than or equal to the avail offer value. What I'm trying to say here is, let's say I have a need of 2, 2, 3. I want 3 elements, 2 elements of the first type, 2 elements second type, 3 elements of the third type. Let's say the offer is saying 1, 1, 4, and it costs you, let's say, somehow 10 rupees. So I can buy in this offer 1 item of the first type, second item of the second type, and 4 items of the third type. But is it valid? No. Why? Because if I buy 3 items of the third type, I only want 3 items. Why should I buy 4 items? So that is invalid. I cannot use this offer. So I have to also ensure that all the elements in the offer should be such that it should be less than or equal to the need I have. It should be less than the need. So for every ith offer, let's say I will first check that whether this is a valid offer I can take. So for a valid offer, I will iterate over all the elements inside the offer and check that whether the value of the need I have should be less than the ith offer, all the jth value. So meaning that for the ith offer, all the values should be less than. Okay, the needs, as you can see, if the needs become less, then that is false. Because need should always be greater than equal to special. So this becomes false, so I will break and make this false. Let's say this particular offer is valid for me. Then what I can do is that I will take this particular valid offer, and what I'll do is that I have taken this offer, which means that now all my needs will be decreased by this special offer value because I have taken this offer. I'll take this offer, all the needs will be decreased. So how much I have spent on this particular offer, this because the special offer last value is the value, like the cost I will incur. So this cost I will incur, plus now I have the new needs array. Okay, so I have the new needs array. So what I'll do is that I will recursively call this function, because I've told you this is some sort of a tree. Okay, so I will recursively call this same function with the same price, and special offers will not change, but the needs will change, because the needs I have is now changed because I've subtracted it from here. So I'll recursively call this again. So this will eventually tell me that if I taken this ith offer and this the new needs, calling the same recursive function again, what is the new smaller price I can get, and then I have to minimize this price over all the possible prices I can get, because this is the worst case price. The worst case price is I just buy it from the particular price itself, don't buy it any offer. So then that is the worst case possible, but the best is like if I use any offer. So if I use any of the offer, any ith offer, I will use that offer, subtract, take the money I spent on that offer, and then recursively call this function again with the new needs array, and then whatever is the answer returned from here will be the price if I choose on the ith offer. Okay, and then I want to minimize it over all the particular possible offers I will choose at the particular stage. But because I'm recursively doing it, if I've taken one offer, let's say I have three offers that are valid, I will first choose the first offer. But if I've chosen the first offer, it can also happen that that might not lead to the most optimal answer. If I have chosen the second offer, that is much more optimal. So which means that if I've chosen an offer, done the recursive, then I have to backtrack. So it's like a backtracking. So backtracking means that I have to now add again the whatever I've subtracted, add it again, so that now it is like a fresh need offer. I will again take the same needs array and check it for the other special, because as you can see, this is the outer for loop. Checking for every particular special offer I can choose. If I can choose the first special offer, if I can choose it, take that particular money, recursively call it again. Can I choose the second one? So if I want to choose the second one, I have to again refresh the needs array and then check it for the second offer. And that's what I've done here. Now that is what this can do in a recursive manner, and that can particular like this will perfectly run fine. But because we can do memoization because it's a recursive tree and the constraints are small, what is the thing that I can memorize? First of all, prices cannot change, special offers cannot change, the needs can change. I can land upon the same needs array. So needs array, this array is the state, whatever is the state I am on. So I have to memorize this needs array. So needs array special memorization means that I have to map for this particular needs array, what is the minimum I can get. If I have this come across this same needs array, what is the minimum? Because the price and special doesn't change, only this is changing. So I just can only store a memoization, a vector to an integer mapping, that if this is the needs array, this is the needs state I am reached, what is the minimum I can pay to buy all the elements in this need. So if I want to just memorize it, just make a whatever, like a store, a vector, a map, whatever you want to store this particular state. Then write down the base condition that if you have already seen this state, then return that directly state like without doing any calculation. And the end, when you got the perfect answer of a particular state, then store that state value inside the map before returning it. So these are two things that you have to memorize. Make a store like in which you want to store the memorization. Like check before doing the like before starting the calculation that if you have seen the same state again, use that answer. And if you have calculated for a state, just store the answer for that state before return. Okay, and then this will pass the particular constraint. That's complete logic in the code part for this particular problem. If you still have any doubts, you can mention in the comment box. I will see you in the next one. Keep coding.